So the world of 360 is getting even more affordable, and this is the Wunder360 C1. It's an incredible little camera, and it's so flexible and versatile with its own application that allows you to do amazing things with the camera. Watch this video and find out more. So my friends, this is my first outing with a 360 camera. Never used one before, so I was really keen to have a look at this. I was really pleasantly surprised of the size of the box, very compact, and indeed the camera really is pocket size. Small and compact it may be, but that doesn't take away from the quality of the product. It really does feel premium. As are these instructions. Very comprehensive, far better than I thought. There's other bits and pieces in the box, but let's skip straight to the camera itself. Now folks, this is a pocket-sized 3K video camera, but it also does 4K photos and 1080p at 60 frames per second. It has inbuilt 9-axis image stabilization, and you can also live broadcast from it. The great thing is that all of the stitching is done on board, so you don't have to worry about that. There's an amazing free app which I'm going to show you in a second, and it also supports third-party editing. Now, you've got a built-in tripod mount at the bottom with a screw, which I'll show you, and also on the side you've got the charging point and also the micro SD card. And here's where you can screw it to a tripod. So I'm just going to tap into some of Wunder360's footage and you can get a better idea of what this can do. I'm then going to show you an example of what I've done and also the editing process on the app. So this is Little Planet mode, which gives you a really good look and something completely different. You've also got time-lapse footage, which this can be really powerful and you can slow down the panning and things like that, so lots of flexibility. And here you can change the field of view when you're on what we call flat mode, because you can control obviously the whole of the 360, and this is what I'm going to show you in a second. So I've just set the camera up in my front room, and as you can see you've got one half of the telly at one end and the other half of the telly at the other, and I've just used a standard tripod, which is this one here, and as you can see this is it mounted. So I've taken some footage and now I'm going to load it into the app. So you can quickly join the Wi-Fi, which comes up very simply, and then you can connect directly to the camera, and I'll give you an idea of what that actually looks like now. Okay, so just log into the app. The free download is available from iOS or Android, and there you go, you're now with on a live view of the camera, and you can go up and down and back and forwards and all the rest. So very simple to operate. Okay, the footage that I took earlier, you go into the file section and you just have a look at the footage, and there you go, this is it here. So again, I can pan around and I can look up and down. I can change the field of view very simply, and if I drag it with my finger, you see, you get the idea. But where this comes into its own, and for the field of view thing, is that you can set it to follow a certain camera path. So first of all you download it, then go into it, then hit the little running man at the bottom, and this is where you're going to create some keyframes. Okay, so you've hit the little running man, the green running man, and now I'm going to scan across to where my dog there comes into view. And when she comes into view, you just push onto the screen and then you say look here. So that creates the key point. You then drag it along the timeline a little bit further, and then you drag the actual image, and you might press again, and then you can go look here. There is an option to click follow. Now sometimes that worked well, but I found that doing it manually by clicking look here was definitely better. So I'll just take it back again. Just bear with me a second, take it back and then drag it through. So this is where she comes in, so that's the first one. I can play that now, just see what that looks like. Actually, that's fine. Okay, now you might want the camera to do something different afterwards. So let's pause that, and we're going to now change the field of view. So pop one there, I'm going to pop another one there, and another one, yeah, we'll just say there. Okay, so the great thing now is you can just go back to the beginning and have a little play of it, see what it looks like, and then if you wanted to edit it more you can, but I'm just quickly showing you what you can do with this, folks. And yep, that's great. And so we'll export that, and then this is what the actual file looks like once you've exported it. So it's got nice colours, it looks good quality, and yeah, I think I could smooth it up a little bit if I took a bit more time, but you get the idea of what you can do. And I guess if you were doing an action shot or something like that, then you'd definitely see the benefit of this camera. So this camera isn't without its problems though. So it's important to remember that this camera retails at $159. Now compare that to the GoPro Fusion, for instance. That comes in at a whopping $699, so a massive amount more. The issues that this has to address in its next firmware updates would be battery life and also the 60 frames per second recording. I went on a journey in the car, had it hanging out the window, got some great footage. I believed it was a beautiful day, but there was nothing that I could use. It was very, very glitchy. It kept on dropping frames and the audio sync was terrible. I did reach out to the company and their customer service was really good. They recommended dropping it down to 30 frames per second, and then I got the footage which you've seen today. But obviously, if 60 frames per second is a feature, then it's something that you should be able to use. So I'm hoping that's going to be addressed in future firmware updates. But guys, for $159 you still get some cracking output, and I think that this is something which is going to get better in further updates. Check it out for yourselves in the link in the description.